Hello everyone, today's video, information about Ankhesenamun, the daughter of Queen Nefertiti, the wife of King Tutankhamun and his half-sister. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell and like button to support us. If you like the video and want to benefit others, you can share it with your friends who love ancient Egyptian history and civilization, and may share it with their friends who love ancient Egyptian culture for the benefit to spread. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell and like button to support us. And you can watch the rest of the videos about the 18th pharaoh. We are sorry for prolonging you, and enjoy watching. Ankhesenamun Nsnem. Her life is of Amun. c. 1348 or c. 1342 after 1322 BC, was a queen who lived during the 18th dynasty of Egypt as the pharaoh Akhenaton's daughter, and subsequently became the great royal wife of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. Born Ankhesenamun Nsnem, she lives for the Aten. She was the third of 6 known daughters of the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaton and his great royal wife Nefertiti. She became the great royal wife of Tutankhamun. The change in her name reflects the changes in ancient Egyptian religion during her lifetime after her father's death. Her youth is well documented in the ancient reliefs and paintings of the reign of her parents. The mummy of Tutankhamun's mother has been identified through DNA analysis as a full sister to his father, the unidentified mummy found in tomb KV55, and as a daughter of his grandfather, Amenhotep III. So far, his mother's name is uncertain, but her mummy is known informally to scientists as the Younger Lady. Tenure c. 1332 to 1323 BC, born c. 1348 BC or c. 1342 BC. Thebes, died after 1322 BC, aged 20-26. Burial KV21, uncertain spouse. Tutankhamun, half-brother or cousin, a grandfather or great-uncle. Issue 317A and 317B, uncertain. Ankhesenamun Tasheret, uncertain Egyptian name. M17 and 35 S34 S29 and 35B1 dynasty, 18th of Egypt, father Akhenaton, mother Nefertiti, religion ancient Egyptian religio. Ankhesenamun was well documented as being the great royal wife of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. Initially, she may have been married to her father, and it is possible that, upon the death of Tutankhamun, she was married briefly to Tutankhamun's successor, who is believed by some to be her maternal grandfather. DNA test results on mummies discovered in KV21 were released in February 2010, which has given rise to speculation that one of 2 late 18th dynasty queens buried in that tomb could be Ankhesenamun. Because of their DNA, both mummies are thought to be members of that ruling house. Ankhesenamun was born in a time when Egypt was in the midst of an unprecedented religious revolution c. 1348 BC. Her father had abandoned the principal worship of old deities of Egypt in favor of the Aten, hitherto a minor aspect of the sun god. Characterized as the sun's disk, she is believed to have been born in Thebes around year 4 of her father's reign, but probably grew up in the city of Akhenaton, present-day Amarna, established as the new capital of the kingdom by her father. The 3 eldest daughters, Meritaten, Meketaten, and Ankhesenamun, became the senior princesses and participated in many functions of the government and religion alongside their parents. She is believed to have been married first to her own father, which was not unusual for Egyptian royal families. She is thought to have been the mother of the princess Ankhesenamun Tasheret, possibly by her father or by Smenkhare, although the parentage is unclear. After her father's death and the short reigns of Smenkhare and Nefertiti, she became the wife of Tutankhamun. Following their marriage, the couple honored the deities of the restored religion by changing their names to Tutankhamun and Ankhesenamun. The couple appear to have had 2 stillborn daughters. As Tutankhamun's only known wife was Ankhesenamun, it is highly likely the fetuses found in his tomb are her daughters. Sometime in the 9th year of his reign, about the age of 18, Tutankhamun died suddenly, leaving Ankhesenamun alone and without an heir about the age 21. A blue glass ring of unknown provenance obtained in 1931 depicts the praenomen of A and the name of Ankhesenamun enclosed in cartouches. This indicates that Ankhesenamun married A shortly before she disappeared from history, although no monuments show her as great royal wife to him. On the walls of A's tomb, it is Te'e's senior wife, not Ankhesenamun, who appears as his great royal wife. She probably died during or shortly after his reign, and no burial has been found for her yet. A document was found in the ancient Hittite capital of Hattusa dating back to the Amarna period. The document, part of the so-called Deeds of Suppiluliuma I, relates that Hittite ruler, Suppiluliuma I, while laying siege to Carchemish, received a letter from the Egyptian queen. The letter reads, "My husband has died and I have no son. They say about you that you have many sons. You might give me one of your sons to become my husband. I would not wish to take one of my subjects as a husband. I am afraid this document is considered extraordinary, as Egyptians traditionally considered foreigners to be inferior." Suppiluliuma I was amazed and exclaimed to his courtiers, "Nothing like this has happened to me in my entire life." Understandably, he was wary and had an envoy investigate, but by delaying, he missed his apparent opportunity to bring Egypt into his empire. He eventually did send one of his sons, Sananza, but the prince died en route, perhaps being murdered. The identity of the queen who wrote the letter is uncertain. In the Hittite annals, she is called Dakamunzu, a transliteration of the Egyptian title, Tahemet-Nisu, the king's wife. Possible candidates for the author of the letter are Nefertiti, Meritaten, and Ankhesenamun. Ankhesenamun once seemed likely since there were no royal candidates for the throne on the death of her husband, Tutankhamun, whereas Akhenaten had at least 2 legitimate successors. Citation needed, but this was based on a 27-year reign for the last 18th dynasty, Pharaoh Hormeb, who is now accepted to have had a shorter reign of only 14 years. Since Nefertiti was depicted as powerful as her husband in official monuments smiting Egypt's enemies, researcher Nicholas Reeves believes she might be the Dakamunzu in the Amarna correspondence. That would make the subject deceased Egyptian king appear to be Akhenaten rather than Tutankhamun. As noted, Akhenaten had potential heirs, including Tutankhamun, to whom Nefertiti could be married. Other researchers focus upon the phrase regarding marriage to one of my subjects, translated by some as servants, as possibly a reference to the Grand Vizier A or a secondary member of the Egyptian royal family line. However, and that Ankhesenamun may have been being pressured by A to marry him and legitimize his claim to the throne of Egypt, which she eventually did. DNA testing announced in February 2010 has generated speculation that Ankhesenamun is one of 2 18th dynasty queens recovered from KV-21 in the Valley of the Kings. The 2 fetuses found buried with Tutankhamun have been proven to be his children, and the current theory is that Ankhesenamun, his only known wife, is their mother. However, not enough data was obtained to make more than a tentative identification. Nevertheless, the KV-21 mummy has DNA consistent with the 18th dynasty royal line. After excavating the tomb KV-63, it is speculated that it was designed for Ankhesenamun due to its proximity to the tomb of Tutankhamun, KV-62. Citation needed. Also found in the tomb were coffins, one with an imprint of a woman on it, women's clothing, jewelry, and natron. Fragments of pottery bearing the partial name Patan were also in the tomb. The only royal person known to bear this name was Ankhesenamun, whose name was originally Ankhesenpatan. However, no mummies were found in KV-63. Ankhesenamun's name has entered popular culture as the secret love of the priest Imhotep in the 1932 film The Mummy. The 1999 remake, its sequel, and its spin-off television series used the name Ankhesenamun, while other movies like The Mummy's Hand 1940 and the 1959 remake named the character Ananka. Here we have finished today's video. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and share the video with your friends who love history and ancient civilization. Thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us.